Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be putting the oil pan on the motor, and I got a head start on it before you got here. I went ahead and started putting my sealant around for our gasket. And what I'm using is anaerobic gasket maker by Permatex. And this is, well, since we're on a budget, and if you're on a budget, this is the stuff to use. So you can substitute a gasket with this stuff, and what we do is we just put a nice little steady bead around there, right around, all the way like that. Make sure the bead's continuous. The front here, I'm just going to go around the bolt holes also, because I want to make sure, let's see, we're squeezing out here a little bit, because I want to make sure that that seals up real nice. And you can actually spread this out with your finger too. If I see any thin spots, sometimes I'll just touch it up a little bit, but I think we're okay. And that tube is kaput. Now, remember last episode we had our oil pan that we had modified. We got our baffle in there, and there's actually two different size bolts that's used. There's an 8mm bolt, and then there's some 6mm bolts. So the 8mm bolts go to 17 foot-pounds, and the 6mm bolts go to 106 inch-pounds. So all we got to do, and there's locating down here and down here, all we have to do is just slide that on. And you can see that baffle, like you don't have to set the pan on and slide it up to pick up or anything. I mean, it just acts as a wave brake in there, just to keep the oil from sloshing up here to the front. And let's get our bolt started. And as with is typical with quad 4s, there's a lot of bolts, a lot of bolts to put in. So take care of that. Lots and lots of bolts. So normally I would have went ahead and got these all started and all that stuff, but I wanted to show you that sealant. So you see that we got two more 8mm bolts here, and then in the back here there's a couple more 6mm bolts. All right, so tightening this down, it's not really rocket science, but we always want to start from the center and work our way out. So we're just going to use the speed wrench to just kind of snug them down. And there, we're going to go like a crisscross pattern, starting in the middle. Here. I'm going to tell you what, it just feels like you're tightening bolts forever in this thing. So I'm not real sure in the newer ones how many bolts are used, but I can't imagine it's more than this. This one and this one. And then you get the back ones. And if you've ever taken an oil pan off while it's in the car, you know these back ones, they're kind of a pain to get to. And we're gonna do that. And somebody had smaller bolts in the front of this whenever I got the motor, so I'm not gonna mess around with it. I'm just gonna reuse those bolts. Oops. Tighten these down. Almost there. So we get the oil pan nice and clean. That came out well. Use that, degreased it, and then used the Eagle One mag wheel cleaner. Scrubbed it up real good. Okay, so these ones, 17 foot-pounds. You gotta use an extension on this. And we're gonna go right there. One. There's 12 of the 8mm bolts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, a little bit tight. There we go, and 8. See from tightening those down, these ones here loosen up a little bit. 9, and they're loosened up quite a bit. 10, and looks like I forgot to put this one in. Oh yeah, these last two on the back here. Forgot to drive those in. Let's drive those in real quick. That's why we always count, always double check it. After we're done here, I'll go back through and double check all the torque readings. One is to make sure they didn't miss any of the bolts. The other reason is to make sure that if I tighten these two up, this one here may become loose, or I'm tightening across here, this one here may become loose. So there's 17 on that one. 17 on that one, and then these back ones get 106 inch-pounds, which we already have this set to. So we just right there, right there, and then whoop, this one's here, 106 inch-pounds. Whenever you tighten these up, little tip here, never be cranking like that and then try to get the torque reading. Whenever you feel it start to tighten up, you always want to just nice and gentle come up on that torque spec, nice and smooth. If you go real fast, there's a good chance you can actually over torque the fastener, so we don't want to do that. And then the final tip, whenever you're using these sealants, is before I subject this to any heat or oil or anything, this will set for at least 24 hours. Sometimes whenever you're thrashing and you're trying to get your motor back together, you know, get your car on the road or out on track or whatever, you know, it's throw it together and get it out on track. But with these sealants, they work extremely well, but you really do, and it says on the package, 24 hours, and you really do want to give them 24 hours. So, all right, so we're going to double check that one there's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all checking out good. 6, 7. You can see we're just going right around. And we need a little bit more. 8. 9. That one there needed a little bit more. 10. That's why we're doing this. 11. Get on there. And 12. That one there just needed a tiny little bit more. All right, then we're going to check our inch pounds. And my guess is these are going to be okay, but we're going to double check them. Need our 10 millimeter for the back. Now there's okay. And there's okay. That one's okay. Whoops. That one's okay. That one's good. And that one's good. All right, there it is. Installed the oil pan. So make sure you tune in next time. There's still more work to be done. We're going to flip this over, and we still have the damper to put on, the motor mount, and also the ignition cover. So we've quite a bit more stuff to do, and then we're going to put it in the car. Like and subscribe. See you next time.